Good, happy Saturday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Good Morning, New Hampshire. Let's begin. First up, plow crews, police ready for heavy snowfall over the weekend. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Gene Mackin.
Brine has already been put down in spots. Plows ready to head out here. Communities like Manchester will have all hands on deck. 50 to 75 DPW workers on the job here, and they're asking you to be patient.
We'll be concentrating on the main streets throughout the city, keeping the main roads open. The secondary roads, people need to realize that we will get to them, but our priority is going to be keeping the main roads open for the emergency vehicles.
Utilities say stock a mobile storm kit in case of a power outage, especially with the cold blast coming. Flashlights and batteries, bottled water, chargers, a list of important numbers, medications, and necessities for the family, including the pets. Eversource says crews are on standby.
We are going to position hundreds of line, tree, and service workers throughout the state to respond to any issues that arise.
And Concord firefighters put plows on their forestry trucks to respond to emergencies in front of ambulances and fire engines, carving a path through the snow.
They'll also try to go ahead of the apparatus to emergency calls and make sure the driveways are cleaned out so that the personnel can get to the house in a timely manner.
And how can you help? You can help firefighters by digging out any fire hydrants near your home, and be sure to check on neighbors who might need a little extra help during a big storm like this. Live in Manchester tonight, Gene Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Ski areas looking forward to major winter storm. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Andy Hirschberger.
It's all systems go at Loon Mountain. All 61 of their trails are open, and conditions are only going to get better as a major storm churns its way toward New Hampshire.
It's going to make things very different, but a lot of fun. Yeah, completely different conditions, but this is what we love about New England, you know, that we get just a smooth day like this, and then we get to ski some powder.
Loon Mountain officials say they've already had a great January, and this blast of winter coming for the MLK holiday weekend is just perfect.
It's great. Anytime it's snowing, it's great. And when you have this much anticipation for a great storm like this, you know, we're excited, and all the skiers are excited too.
It should be like West Coast skiing because it's going to be a really cold storm and lots of snow. It's going to be like skiing in Colorado. So looking forward to it. That's why we're here.
And everyone is taking a piece of this pie. Gary Chaikin at Village Ski and Snowboard says a big storm is a big deal for his business.
The weather matters more than anything for us. I mean, the economy, of course, is a big difference, but I would say the weather is more important.
At the Gypsy Cafe, this is the kind of weekend they dream about.
Well, it's a godsend, really, because like tomorrow night we are booked totally with reservations because people can't wait to get up here because of the snow.
The plows have been out, the roads are pretty clear, and people have been leaving Loon, but you know that they will be back. Reporting live in Lincoln, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Important safety reminders ahead of major snowstorm. Let's listen to this video. Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my morning news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. Important safety reminders ahead of major snowstorm. Up to 20 inches of snow expected for most of New Hampshire. For the first time this winter, most granite staters will see more than a foot of snow in a single storm. Given that it's been several months since the last significant winter storm, there are important things to remember. Power outages. If the power goes out, you are encouraged to call your electricity provider. Eversource report an outage at 800-662-7764. Liberty Utilities report an outage at 855-349-9455. New Hampshire Electric Co-op report an outage at 800-343-6432. And Unitil report an outage at 866-900-4115. If you see downed power lines, call 911. Assume they are still live wires and do not touch them or drive over them. If a line falls on your car, stay in your car until emergency crews arrive. People are also urged to stay at least 35 feet away from downed lines and anything they fall on. State fire officials urge those who are at home without power to be cautious when using generators or alternate heating sources. Generator safety. Officials said residents should only use a generator that has been properly connected to house wiring by a professional. Generators should be run outside and at least 10 feet away from a building with the exhaust facing away from the house. Improperly installed or running generators can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Anyone who suspects carbon monoxide in a home or building is urged to leave immediately and call 911 before calling the State Poison Center at 1-800-222-1222. Snow safety. New Hampshire Department of Transportation officials routinely ask that residents avoid crowding plows and slow down to allow for snow removal on state roadways. Officials also recommend that residents clear snow from around lights, vents, and fire hydrants. Meanwhile, Jessica law requires all drivers to clear snow and ice off their vehicle before hitting the roads. Jessica's law requires New Hampshire drivers to clear snow off cars. Since 2002, New Hampshire drivers have been legally required to clear snow and ice off their cars before getting on the road. Jessica's law was passed after Jessica Smith was killed when ice from a tractor trailer hit a box truck that ended up hitting her car. Drivers who violate the law face fines of $250 to $500 for the first offense and $500 to $1,000 for multiple offenses. Jessica's mother, Linda Smith, told News 9 in 2015 that she sees snowy cars every day, and she doesn't want other mothers to suffer her loss. It takes not even 5 minutes to clear off your car, she said. It can take 3 seconds to kill somebody. And that does it for my morning news report right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another news report. Goodbye, everyone. Okay, there you go on that video and that report. Red Sox, switching gears now, let's go over to your sports. Red Sox manager Alex Cora sounds uncertain about visiting White House. Boston Red Sox manager Alex Cora doesn't sound so sure anymore that he will visit the White House for the celebration of the team's World Series championship. And switching gears now, let's go over to your weather. Weather right now is broken clouds, 26 degrees, and we have snow making its way into New Hampshire and will come in after 5 p.m.-ish, and it will be a messy one all day, all night long into Sunday. There are 3 weather alerts and 113 closings and delays. If you want to see those 2 things, just go to WMUR.com and click on closings or weather alerts. Weather for today, partly cloudy this morning, followed by periods of snow showers this afternoon, high 26 degrees, winds north-northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour, chance of snow 50%. And for tonight, snow likely low around 20 degrees, winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour, chance of snow 100%, snow accumulating 8 to 12 inches. And switching gears now, let's go to your arts and entertainment segment. Lakes Region Art Gallery and Recipient at 8 a.m. today. The gallery is held at Tinger Outlets, Suite 132 in Tilton, New Hampshire. Red Carpet Show, Fine Furniture by the New Hampshire Furniture Masters today at 8:30 a.m. Illustrate David Peterson today at 9 o'clock a.m. at St. Paul's School, Crumper Gallery. Whitaker Wood Snowshoe Scramble at Whitaker Woods at 10 o'clock a.m. Second Annual Art Saloon Style Exhibit and Sale, New Hampshire Antique Co-op at 10 o'clock a.m. The Cape Ann School and Rockport Art Traditional Exhibit and Gallery Walk, New Hampshire Antique Co-op, today at 10 o'clock a.m. Lamont Gallery presents William Kenteridge at Lamont Gallery at Phillips Exeter Academy at 10 o'clock at 10:15 a.m. Moco Arts High School Musical Footloose today at 2 p.m. at Moco Arts. New Hampshire Heritage Literacy Series, The Story of the Libby Museum at 2 p.m. at the New Hampshire Historic Society. Crocklet and Hops Winter Festival at Smitty Nose Brewing at 2 p.m. Panel discussion exploring race, ethics, and class intercreations at UNH Law at 2 p.m. Sunnyshook Valley Chronicle in concert at Wellesley United Methodical Church at 3 p.m. today. Turning Point at Kennedy Gallery at 5 o'clock p.m. Moonlight Snowshoe Walks, Prescott Farm Environmental Education Center at 6 p.m. And those are some events happening today in New Hampshire. If you want to see that complete list, just go to the NewHampshireMagazine.com and click on the calendar. And we will share that link with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page. "2018 Stories of the Year, New Life at the Steeplegate Mall." When anchor store Bon-Ton announced the closure of its Steeplegate Mall location in February, it seemed like it could be curtains for the one dominant retail hub. And when home industry giant Sears filed bankruptcy this fall, we all had our breaths to see if another anchor store would go belly up. Locations in Salem, Manchester, and Portsmouth were culled from the herd early, but for now, the Concord location seems to be hanging on. It was excluded from a November 8 list that announced 40 more stores that will close in February 2019. Concord's struggles aren't unique. An estimated 1,100 malls were left last year, according to CNN, and about a quarter are expected to close in the next 5 years. But amid the financial uncertainty, new life has sprouted this year. 2 entertainment and education parties took a chance on the Steeplegate Mall, citing its plentiful space and competitive rent. Ginger Card, manager of True Confederations, said she wished people would look at the positive, like how the stores she worked in for almost 20 years has been around, particularly since the mall opened, how Bounce House, Altitude Trampoline Park, and Capital City Charter School have contributed to their business, or how the store's customers base has never wavered despite the mall's woes. Love it or hate it, what goes on at the mall has always been of interest to readers. Monitor archives from 2002 show even the replacement of the Saboreal and Ramen Delight was worth at least a brief, including how many other locations Ramen Delight had in New Hampshire. 29 at the time, and how many food stands were at the mall at a time. But Farah said he heartened by the arrival of school in the trampoline park. He thinks diversifying the mall will be its saving grace, focusing more on service use than retail. Readers seem to welcome the new users. They told the Monitor in May they'd welcome a variety of options at the mall, including, but certainly not limited to, the following: business office, a defined indoor walking course, a fitness center, grocery store, a child daycare center, a flea market, a farmer's market, a hydro facility, a business intro, and much, much more. Not to mention, space at the mall is cheap compared to other locations in Concord. The Norwood Group is advertising $100 to $12 per square foot for retail space at the mall, according to New England Property Exchange, with anywhere from 382 to 798 square foot footage available. Compare that to downtown, where a spot on Main Street can run around 17 per square foot for a 1,400 square foot space. A 794 square foot space in the Capitol Commons costs 23 per square feet, according to the exchange. And now let's see what's at the Red River Theater. Let's take a look at their calendar. Now playing is Green Book. Also now playing On the Basin of Sex. And today in the Cinema is Shoplifters. And a free event, Oscar nomination breakfast on January 22nd, 2019 at 8:30 a.m. And some one-night only events happening coming up very soon. Very cool indeed. These are the films that are playing today. Coffee lovers, do you like coffee like I do? If you if you're looking for a coffee shop, a good coffee shop, why don't you try this coffee place in Lee, New Hampshire, 459 Calif Road, Lee, New Hampshire. It's called Coffee Craving, and they are in a trailer, and they have wicked good coffee there. I go a lot to Coffee Craving, and I went yesterday, and I got the Rocky Road iced coffee. These are their coffee flavors currently right now on their board. And here is the location again. If you are interested in trying out a new coffee shop, try out Coffee Craving. Here is where you can find them right here. And you can call them if you have information. I encourage all my fans to try out Coffee Craving. And that does it for this edition of Good Morning New Hampshire. I hope you all enjoyed this edition of Good Morning New Hampshire. I'll see you back here tomorrow for another edition of Good Morning New Hampshire. Goodbye, everyone.